What are the main narratives of Kremlin, which let's say have some effect within the public opinion in Western Balkans, especially, and leverage as well?
I think it really depends on which country we're talking about. I think the country that is the most susceptible to Kremlin narratives in Europe is Serbia at the moment. I think they are the most sort of willing to admit the stories that that Russia is proposing. But the main narratives are very overarching, very strategic. First one, I would say that Ukraine is run by Nazi, pro-Nazi, far-right people. That they are not the legitimate power at the moment. Second of all, that they have been committing crimes against the Russian speakers in Ukraine. So mostly focusing on Donbass, saying that for 8 years the people in Donbass were subjects of Ukrainian aggression and so on. And the third one is it's less of an overarching but a narrative, but a lot of small stories, sort of trying to find proof why this war in Ukraine is legitimate. So finding alleged plans that Ukraine was planning to invade Crimea, that Ukrainians are developing a dirty nuclear bomb, that U.S. funded bio and chemical labs are working on chemical and biological weapons on the territory of Ukraine, and so on and so on. So I would say these are the three main ones, and of course, it changes from country to country, from region to region, which narratives are the most interesting to the populations. Yeah.
Let's go one by one. You mentioned the Nazi, and I mean, one of the main narratives of Kremlin is denacifikacija, so-called. You are working of debunking the Russian narrative and fake news within the Russian narrative. What we are talking about, I mean, what they're talking about when they talk about denazification?
It's hard for me to even understand what they mean, because it's based on nothing. Usually the examples they show are regarding very concrete battalions fighting in Ukrainian forces. So
so-called Azov.
Usually they focus. For example, Azov, there used to be more. Now this is the main focus that they give as an example. But overall, it's based on nothing. They're trying to somehow connect it to historical events, calling Ukrainian forces banderovцы, so referring to Bandera, the Ukrainian historical figure from the interwar period, and so on. So basically, I think they're trying to connect the current events to World War II events, to have more emotional support, especially in their domestic populations, which whenever local Russians hear the word Nazi, they have very strong historical memory about it, and it's very easy to manipulate.